Hello there, Eli here, back for a cool video I wanted to make. Um, so I was just kind of browsing horror news, and I found some cool stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about. Specifically, this one article I'm only going to be talking about today, and that article is basically, I mean, what caught my eye? It was simple. Mike Flanagan, to be exact. I have become a big fan of the guy. I just seem to become a bigger and bigger fan as time passes. So when I see an article with Mike Flanagan on it, I tend to investigate because he just not only is he one of the best directors out there nowadays, especially in the horror world, he just seems like a fucking cool guy. Every time I see an interview with him or an article or anything, I'm just like taken aback by how cool he seems. He's just like this regular guy, and it doesn't make any sense to me. It's his work ethics are unmatched. I would say the quality of his work is I don't want to say unmatched, but it's very very high. And I've only really become a big fan of Mike Flanagan over these last God, I really like last year. And it was, I'd enjoyed some of his stuff previous to that, but it was when I saw when I saw Midnight Mass, uh I just resonated with that show so much. Yo, what's up, Scott? Good to see you, man. But yeah, I just loved Midnight Mass so much. I just decided that all right, I'm a massive fan of this guy instantly. It was just like to me, it was a complete masterpiece. So I'm kind of working my way back and trying to watch everything that he's done. He's got a bunch of series that he's done over the years on, I think they're all on Netflix. I haven't seen most of those. I've seen like Haunting of Hill House, which I thought was pretty good. I need to rewatch that. But so anyways, the article we're talking about today it's not an interview with him or anything. He actually doesn't have anything to do with this article, but it is, let me just pull it up. It is taken from a website just last week called Comic Book Resources, which I've never heard of, which is fine. I don't like frequent a lot of websites, but so it's basically just someone took a look into Mike Flanagan's Letterboxd account or whatever you call it. I've never used Letterboxd. I'm told that I should. I'm told that it's pretty cool. I've never used it. So I'm aware sort of what it is. Um, I'm aware enough. I've never visited the website myself, but so anyways, they just picked. I don't know how they did this, but they picked 10 horror movies from Mike's list of movies that he really loves. So, and it's an interesting list, I gotta say. I don't know how many films Mike has on said list, but they chose 10. I don't know if they were chosen at random. What I think, and it's not specifically stated in the article, but I think they chose 10 movies that they thought were, I guess, similar to Mike Flanagan's writing style. I think that's kind of what they did. But either way, it's a cool list, and let's take a look real quick. Let me pull it up. I know I'm rambling. Um, yeah, Scott, the you're right, man. That is a testament to Mike's skills. Is that he jumped in a franchise that already wasn't good and made a good film in the franchise, which I thought was so cool. I didn't think the first one was terrible, but it certainly wasn't. I wouldn't call it good. Um, like I give it like a 4.55 out of 10. And Mike comes in and directs a sequel, and it's just like, nah, fuck you, I'm done. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna make a better movie than what you guys did. And the funny thing is, that's me being snarky. Mike would never have, at least from what I've seen, he would never have an attitude like that or an ego. But that's basically what happened. So yeah. Anyways, pulling up that article. I know I'm getting to it. I don't live stream that much, so I always forget how to do things. So yeah, Comic Book Resources is the name of this website, and so I have kind of browsed through this list already. Most of these movies I've seen. I think there's like one or two that I haven't. So yeah, there it is. It's a cool article. So let's kind of browse through it real quick. Mike Flanagan has cemented his place as one of modern horror's most celebrated filmmakers, beloved for projects like The Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass, and Doctor Sleep, all phenomenal. His deep understanding of terror, both psychological and supernatural, has captivated audiences. and elevated the genre. I would totally agree. Flanagan's unique ability to blend emotional depth with chilling scares has earned him a devoted following. Totally accurate. That honestly, that's exactly um, yeah, that's a simple way to describe his style, and I couldn't do it better myself. But good writing and directing don't just spring from nowhere. I think it. Okay, I'm not an English expert. It is the language that I speak. English major. Shouldn't it be spring from anywhere? I don't know, maybe not. Like any iconic auteur, he is constantly inspired by and appreciates other horror masterpieces. And moving down on his curated letterbox list, Flanagan shares some of his favorite horror films, revealing a mix of under-the-radar gems, I would more or less agree, and groundbreaking works. These films span a variety of subgenres, but all possess qualities that make them unforgettable. Yeah, I totally agree. Since I've read this list, and you guys probably haven't. Whether you're a fan of psychological dread, supernatural mysteries, or visceral scares, his list offers something for every horror enthusiast. Totally agree. So let's start with the list here, real quick. I just poured my beer while not looking, and it's totally foamy. Thanks a lot, guys. Scott, thanks a lot. In my cool mug. Anyways, let's get to it. All right, number 10. The expansive, nightmarish desert terror of the Outwaters from 2022. Now, this one, I have not seen the Outwaters, but I'm already interested. I'm going to be checking it out as soon as I can figure out where to do so. So found footage horror has had a resurgence in recent years, the article says. And I personally, I like found footage when it's done right. It's a genre I really enjoy. The Outwaters stands out as a shining, or rather terrifyingly dim, example of what the subgenre can achieve. Directed by Robbie Banfitch, the film follows a group of friends venturing into the Mojave Desert to shoot a music video. What begins an atmospheric journey into the wilderness quickly devolves into existential chaos as reality itself begins to fray. Cool. Yeah, The Outwaters is a film that pushes boundaries, genres, and even expected plot normalities. Movie's unconventional structure and disorienting visuals plunge viewers into a nightmarish descent that's as confusing as it is horrifying. For fans of Flanagan's own slow burn storytelling, The Outwaters offers a similar payoff, a creeping dread that lingers deep under your skin. So yeah, like I said, I think that's the only movie on this list I haven't seen, but I'm definitely interested in checking it out. I just got to figure out how to do so. I'm not I don't stream a ton of movies. I'm getting there though. Technology's settling in. I've just been spending a lot of time trying to catch up with my own collection, trying to watch everything in my collection I haven't seen. And I bought so much stuff these last couple of years. It's literally taken me so much time to catch up. All right, number 9, as you can see here, religious trauma and psychological horror abound in Saint Maud. So Saint Maud from 2019. This, I've only watched it once. I own this movie. It is one of my favorites of recent years. I don't know, 5, 10. This is one that like just hit me really hard. It's very, very good. So psychological terror masterpiece Saint Maud is based on themes of faith, guilt, and obsession. Perfect description there. Directed by Rose Glass, which was her directorial debut. And it's a near masterpiece, I think. So the film follows Maud, a deeply religious hospice nurse who becomes fixated on saving the soul of her terminally ill patient. As Maud's fervor spirals into delusion, the line between divine intervention and psychological breakdown blurs, culminating in one of the most shocking finales in recent horror history. The ending of this movie is just, I don't know, if I were to use one word, maybe like visceral. It's intense and incredibly disturbing, and holy shit, it's just like driving at 90 miles an hour and then slamming on the brakes. Flanagan's admiration for Saint Maud is no surprise, given his own penchant for exploring religious themes, trauma, terror, and questions in works like Midnight Mass. Yeah, I wouldn't really compare Saint Maud to Midnight Mass, but they both, other than the fact that they both have religious themes as central themes for sure. Either way, Mike likes that movie, and I absolutely love it. I need to rewatch it soon. It's just awesome. Definitely check it out if you like just visceral. I don't even know what to call it. Just religious themed horror, which often for me is pretty effective. Uh-oh, we got Scott and Simon in the same chat. Oh man. Look what you did, Simon. You already scared off Scott. I need to separate you guys. All right. Moving on in the list. What do we got next? Now, man, this one bums me out because this is a movie I've owned for a while and haven't watched yet, and I've been meaning to watch for a couple years now. So Tigers Are Not Afraid is a dark, haunting fairy tale. So Tigers Are Not Afraid from 2017. I think it was a Shudder original, if I remember correctly. From what I've been told many times, this is like a very early Guillermo del Toro inspired film. I don't know if that the director has stated that, but that's what a lot of people say. A lot of people say this is very common or very, very close to like Devil's Backbone. That's just what I've been told so far. So, set against the backdrop of cartel violence in Mexico, Isa Lopez's Tigers Are Not Afraid is a heart-wrenching blend of dark fantasy and horror. The story follows a group of orphaned children navigating a dangerous world haunted by both real-life threats and supernatural entities. The film masterfully weaves together elements of magical realism with a juxtaposition of raw, grounded terror, creating an experience that's as beautiful as it is devastating. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, so I guess there's two from this list that I haven't seen, though I do own this film. So Tigers Are Not Afraid from 2017. Check it out. I will as well. It's supposed to be really, really good, and I'm an idiot for owning it for this long and still not having watched it. So yeah, let's see. All right. Number 7, we got Before Long Legs, which was my second favorite film of 2024. And really, it could have easily been my first. So before Long Legs, there was The Dark Dread of the Blackcoat's Daughter. So Blackcoat's Daughter from 2015. This is a movie I've been obsessively talking about for at least the last couple years. It is the first film directed by Oz Perkins, and it's so good. It's just so good. If you like Long Legs, you know you're going to feel right at home with this one. So I've reviewed it on my channel, by the way, if you want to watch that. So Osgood Perkins may have reached mainstream hype with 2024's Long Legs, but his earlier work, The Blackcoat's Daughter, is a chilling exploration of isolation and demonic possession. Yeah, that was a burp, a beer burp. The film intertwines the stories of two students stranded at their boarding school during winter break and a mysterious young woman traveling to an unknown destination. With its non-linear narrative and oppressive atmosphere, the movie keeps viewers guessing until its harrowing conclusion. It is like kind of like a really fucked up David Lynch film. I mean, in my opinion, there's absolutely some David Lynch influences there, especially like maybe Mulholland Drive. Yeah, like just think. It's definitely got some Mulholland Drive vibes, in my opinion. So check out Blackcoat's Daughter. I'm getting tired of telling people to watch it. Now, this, he started grabbing me with Saint Maud and Blackcoat's Daughter, and then he brings up number 6, Down Under horror sensation Lake Mungo imbues a mockumentary of dark twists. So we're talking about Lake Mungo from 2008, which is one of the best found footage horror movies ever made, like top 5. It's so good. It is one of the biggest sleeper horror movies in existence, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of people know about it now, but even still, I still feel like not enough people have seen it, and it's crazy. It's got a weird history. It's from 2008. It was the first thing directed by the guy that directed it. And he's never directed anything else. Like, he's got this like cult classic on his hands, never followed it up. Strange. So Lake Mungo is a mockumentary that blurs the lines between fact and fiction with chilling effectiveness. Whatever, sure. The film follows a grieving family investigating the mysterious death of their daughter, Alice, uncovering secrets and supernatural phenomena along the way. Its faux documentary format adds a layer of authenticity, making the horror feel eerily real. Yeah, it's a good write-up, really. Yeah, I'm no writer. The film's emphasis on grief and family dynamics mirrors themes that Flanagan himself frequently explores, most notably in The Haunting of Hill House. Yeah, I could see some parallels between Haunting of Hill House and Lake Mungo a little bit. And what sets Lake Mungo apart from other horror movies is its subtlety. The scares are understated yet deeply affecting. Absolutely, I would agree with that for sure. Relying on atmosphere and emotional resonance rather than jump scares. Result is a truly original and haunting experience, for sure. Yeah, honestly, masterpiece is what I would call Lake Mungo for sure. Love it. That's so good. Now this next one, I haven't seen this since it first, I think around the time it came out. And I'll admit, I wasn't super into it then, but I feel like that was a me thing. I really need to revisit this one. So we're talking about Pontypool, also from 2008. Very, very interesting movie to say the least. Unique. Few films explore the horror of language as effectively as Bruce McDonald's Pontypool, set almost entirely in a radio station. So yeah, this is pretty much a single location film. The film follows a DJ and his crew as they discover that a mysterious virus is spreading through spoken words. So it's considered a zombie film. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this unique premise turns language itself into the enemy, creating an atmosphere of paranoia and existential dread. It takes a master to make a movie that takes place almost entirely in one room. That is true. And with carefully curated language, stick the landing, but it does. Pontypool is a true top-tier example of innovative storytelling. The film's confined setting and reliance on dialogue showcase how horror can thrive without elaborate special effects or sprawling locations. Yeah, like I said, I need to rewatch it because, I mean, this is a movie that gets praised all the time. And so I feel like I just didn't give it a fair shake. So I will admit, back in 2008, I was not watching as many movies as I am now. And I certainly wasn't giving them, when I did watch them, I wouldn't give them, the proper attention that they need like I do now. I pay, I kind of have a rule now when I watch movies, like cell phone put away, computer turned off, all that shit. So yeah, I can't say it's not a good movie because everyone really seems to like it, and I only watched it once. Check on the chat, make sure Simon and Scott haven't killed each other. All right, looks all right. Looks good. Back to the list. Number 4, we got Creep from 2014. This is a movie that definitely grew on me. I've watched it a couple of times. I think I sort of liked it the first watch, if I remember correctly, but on the second watch, like I'm definitely a fan now. There's 2 Creep films, and now there's a new Creep miniseries kind of continuing that story. And I actually it's called the Creep Tapes. I just watched episode 1 last night. I thought it was awesome. Absolutely loved it. Totally follows up the Creep films perfectly, as I hoped it would. And anyways, so Creep is a masterclass in psychological discomfort. I'd agree with that. The film follows Aaron, a videographer hired by the off-putting yet oddly endearing eccentric Joseph, played by Mark Duplass, to document his life for a day. What starts off as a quirky, offbeat job quickly spirals into a terrifying game of manipulation and deceit. So it's a found footage film, and I gotta say, it's a lot of fun. The word of mouth success Creep likely lies in its fresh, minimalist approach to horror, as well as Duplas's uniquely engaging performance. Absolutely. The film relies on the unsettling dynamic between its two leads. Yeah, there are only two characters, at least in this first Creep film, and I think all the Creep stuff. Crafting an atmosphere of unease that escalates with every interaction. Duplass delivers that career-defining performance, making Joseph one of the most memorable and unnerving characters in modern horror. I would actually agree with that. I think Joseph is a very underrated character in horror. Creep thrives on psychological tension, proving that sometimes less is more. Yep, I would agree. And thankfully, it's already spawned a sequel movie as well as a prequel anthology series, The Creep Tapes. Like I said, yeah, definitely check out Creep. If you like that, check out Creep 2. If you like that, keep going, watch the Creep Tapes. As far as I'm concerned, it's all really, really good. But start here. It's the first movie. Check back on the chat. Looks like Simon's still talking about tits. All right. Scott, you never heard of Pontypool? That kind of surprises me, but fuck man, we can't keep up on everything. I'm gonna throw that on my list of things to check out. I think it's a Canadian film. Can't remember. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get back to the list. Making our way through it. Number 3, The Ritual from 2017. Ritual, Netflix exclusive, which I hate. Because as a collector, I know that anything that's a Netflix original, I can't purchase. But whatever, you can watch this on Netflix. Just stream it. That's the only way you're gonna see it. Check that out. That is such a cool picture. Although I don't think they should have used this because it's like, all right, this is the monster from the movie. I don't think we should be ruining it like that. But damn, that's cool. Anyways. So David Bruckner's The Ritual takes viewers deep into the Scandinavian wilderness, where a group of friends embarks on a hiking trip to honor their deceased friend. What begins as a tense exploration of grief and guilt soon becomes a nightmare as they encounter an ancient, malevolent force lurking in the forest. Through flashbacks, dreams, and hallucinations, the past that haunts them catches up to them in the form of ancient horrors. You could almost call this like almost like a Lovecraftian kind of influenced film. Although, if it weren't for the setting, for I think it leans more towards folk horror. If they didn't incorporate some of this Scandinavian mythology, I think it would have been like a more of an H.P. Lovecraft feel. So I guess it's kind of a combination of things, but really cool character design. I thought it is a pretty creepy fucking movie from what I remember. Probably my favorite thing that David Bruckner's directed. He's also directed. He did what was called The Night House from a couple years back, which I thought was kind of a letdown, although decent. He directed that last Hellraiser movie, which I also thought was decent, but kind of a letdown. I think this is a little stronger. But it's a cool movie. It's got a really good storyline. It's got an intense build up. Yeah, it's definitely good. Definitely good. All right. We got 2 left. Oh, shit. Here's another I haven't seen. So 3 out of the 10 that I haven't seen. That's not good at all. But that's okay, because those that I haven't seen from this list, I'm really, really wanting to see, especially this one. This really, really catches my eye. So this is called The Vast of Night from 2019. This one completely slipped past me. I don't think I've heard of it. So The Vast of Night is a sci-fi horror gem that evokes the eerie Americana charm of the Twilight Zone, set in 1950s New Mexico, which sounds really cool. The film follows 2 young radio hosts as they investigate a mysterious frequency disrupting their small town. The film's retro aesthetic and long and broken shots create a sense of immersion that pulls viewers into its otherworldly mystery. I think that sounds really, really damn cool. The Vast of Night weaves a captivating tale full of atmospheric storytelling. The film's deliberate pacing and emphasis on sound design create an experience that's as haunting as it is mesmerizing. Similar to some of Flanagan's own projects, The Vast of Night relies on tension and mood rather than spectacle, proving that true horror lies in what we don't see. So, Vast of Night from 2019. Apparently, it's PG-13, which usually it's an Amazon original. I'll check it out. PG-13. I don't know, man. When I see a PG-13 horror, I usually, I don't know, man. That usually doesn't interest me too much, but yeah. So we got one more. I don't know if this list was put together in any order at all. I don't think it's. Maybe it is. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. But anyways, number 1, Strange Darling from last year, 2024. I think I have this as my 9th favorite film from 2024. But I was talking about this the other day after I made that video, and I think I said, if I remember correctly, I think I said that this. I was talking to a friend of mine. I think I said that this deserved much better on my top 10 list than like I said. I think I have it at 9 or 10. Maybe, I don't know. I think it deserves to be higher, but whatever. Really good movie from last year. Really shockingly surprising at how, just how good it is. This is one of the best movies from last year, is what I'm trying to get at. So no matter where you have it on your personal list. So 2024's underappreciated gem. Yeah, I guess I would kind of agree with it being underappreciated, but it seems to be gaining a lot of momentum, and it seemed to do it pretty quick. So it might have been underappreciated the first couple of days it was released, but people were talking about it really, really fast. So lesser known yet deeply impactful horror film that defies convention. Directed by J.T. Molnar and boasting engrossing performances by Willa Fitzgerald and Kyle Gallner. The film is a twisted love story steeped in violence and mystery. Its non-linear narrative and lush visuals create an atmosphere of disorientation, leaving viewers questioning what's real and what's imagined. Yeah, a little bit of that. Shot beautifully on 35mm film. Strange Darling's genius also lies in bold storytelling and emotional complexity. The film's exploration of love and obsession resonates with themes he often tackles, while its unrelenting tension keeps viewers on edge with its innovative approach to horror and deeply human core. Yeah, for sure. I have reviewed that one also. Not saying I'm like my reviews are great or anything, but if you want to get my take on that, you can check out my review on my channel. I've reviewed a couple of these films. I reviewed Strange Darling for sure. Let's see, what else did I review? At least 1 or 2 of these others. Lake Mungo I've reviewed. I think I reviewed that. I think I could have probably done a better job, but I had a hard time. Like, I love that movie so much. I think it was hard for me to really really put that, my feelings on that film into words. But anyway, I did review Lake Mungo. Just could have done a better job. I reviewed Blackcoat's Daughter also. That was kind of a tough one to review, for me. And yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, let me know if you guys have seen any of these films. I'm taking notes, checking, so I can check out the 3 of these that I haven't seen, because I'm really excited to do so. So, and if you aren't familiar with Mike Flanagan, I don't know why you'd be here, but Scott, I know you're a Flanagan fan, but we should all be. He should be a director that we are paying attention to. He's got a movie coming out this year called The Life of Chuck, and I'm really excited for that because it's not a horror film. It's a Stephen King story. But as you know, if you're a Stephen King fan, you haven't seen, if you're a Stephen King fan, you know that not everything that he wrote is horror. He's wrote other stuff too. He's dabbled in other genres, but horror is, the bulk of his work. But so yeah, Life of Chuck, not horror. Check that out. That's one of my top anticipated films for 2025 for sure. Simon, you're going to see Nosferatu, you say? I have that. Well, Okay, so you haven't watched my my top 10 films of 2024. Let's just say Nosferatu is definitely on that list. I really, really liked it. I loved it. Scott said he was going to see it. I can't remember if he has seen it or not, but yeah, for sure. Let me, Simon, let me know what you think about Nosferatu. We'll talk about it. I loved it. Anyways, that's it. I want to do more stuff like this in the future. It's just not something that I've, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. So new stuff like this is something I'd like to do more in the future, maybe once a week. I've been saying that for a while, but yeah. Simon, you haven't watched my Nosferatu review. That's probably good if you plan on seeing it, although I did my best to leave out anything even remotely resembling a spoiler. But yeah, for sure. I personally, I don't ever watch reviews of a movie until I've seen it. If it's a movie I want to see and I'm waiting to see, I'm not going to watch any reviews until after I see it. And now that I, make reviews myself, I won't even watch a review until I've done my own review, and then I'll watch other people's. So, you know how it goes. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good weekend, and yeah, go check out some Mike Flanagan stuff. We'll talk soon. Cheers.